It's time once again to reconnect with an alumna of WKU volleyball to reflect on her career as a Hilltopper and on her life since as we continue to paint a picture of the vibrant history of this program. On the Alumni Spotlight, presented by Alumni Hall, the official online store of WKU Athletics. I'm Brett Williams, and I'm joined today by a member of the class of 1995, Amber Klimek. Amber, so glad to have you along today.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And, you really look, again, obviously played a while ago, and yet you are still all over the record books for what you did as a member of this team. I'll just run through a few of these. The all-time leader in block solos, second in total blocks, and you look at a couple of your single match achievements, one of only 5 players to ever have 30 kills in a match, one of only 4 to have 11 total blocks in a match, and only one of 2 players with multiple career triple-doubles. So as I roll off all of those, is there any one that stands out that you're the most proud of?
I think probably the 30 kill club. I believe that was against Arkansas State, and Arkansas State was just a really big rival of ours. It actually goes back for me all the way through high school. There was a player, Margie Colat, who I competed against in high school, then competed against in club, and then in turn she ended up going to Arkansas State.
Wow.
So competed for many years against this player. And I was actually runner-up behind her one year for Player of the Year for the Sun Belt Conference. So I think that game probably stands out to me because I was always kind of chasing her through my high school, club, and then college career. So I definitely remember that game.
Yeah, how about that, getting a chance to kind of show her up for once there at the end? How about it?
Right.
I love that. So you're our first player that played actually before Travis Hudson became the head coach of this program. You were under Jeff Holzmeyer and Mark Hardaway, but Travis was, on the staff as a volunteer at the time, and I understand that you've had a very unique relationship with him that dates even back before he got on staff. Is that right?
It's true. So when I started as a freshman, my roommate, Mary Lehman Island, was a senior. And so she had a boyfriend named Travis, and then there was another Travis, who is, Travis Hudson, that we all just became really good friends with. And throughout the 4 years that I was there playing, he slowly but surely started watching volleyball, coming to our games, and then really started playing. And then it just worked out where we had 2 different coaches, during my 4 years. And at 2 different times, both coaches moved on to other programs. And so Travis just stepped in because when I played, volleyball wasn't what it is now. We didn't have the locker rooms, we didn't have the transportation, the uniforms, anything. So the program didn't look at us as a big program at that point, or the university didn't look at us that way. So Travis stepped in, and he was our friend out on the court that was learning the game right alongside of us. And no surprise to me or probably any of my teammates that I played with that he's in the position he is now because he had all those same qualities as a friend and a volunteer coach to us as he does now. I think one of my favorite stories about Travis when he was a volunteer, we had a tournament at Butler University. And there's this famous baseball player, Carlton Fisk, who was a catcher with the Red Sox and the White Sox. And he was there watching his daughter with UIC.
Wow.
And I'd sprained my ankle during the game. And my brother and my dad are up talking to Carlton Fisk. No idea that I'm down on the court.
Goodness.
Travis just scoops me up and carries me into the training room, because I got injured. So again, he wasn't even paid staff at that point, and he was doing the things, that he's doing now. And our parents all felt we were in such good hands because he was like a brother to us, and he took care of all of us when we would all, stay and our parents would go back home. So he just had that quality about him even 30 years ago.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like the Travis Hudson we all know and love.
Yes.
I love that. And I know you got a chance to reconnect with him and with this year's team when you went to the Notre Dame tournament, which was awesome to see you and your family there. And I like to ask this question to these alumni as I'm talking to you all is, what would be your message to this current team now that you know obviously how exciting things are right now, what this team has accomplished the last couple of years, what it's capable of now? What would be your message to them?
I think the main message is, sports are wonderful and the competition is amazing and all the accolades. But honestly, I think the thing I miss most about my days at Western Kentucky are the friendships and all my girls, right? We always say everything we end is 1-4-3, which is I love you. This Coach Sanford back from the basketball program kind of use that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the friendships, I think they need to enjoy the relationships they have during these 4 years, because we all went on our separate ways. And while we still keep in touch, you just never have that same type of relationship of doing everything together every single day. You just don't have that in life. So, the athletics is great, and the competition, like I said, and the traveling. I mean, all those things are amazing. But I think for me, it's those friendships. I would love to go back to spending 24/7 with these girls that luckily I'm still in touch with. That to me is what they need to cherish right now, and just really own and know that how important that is.
Absolutely. I know that's something that Travis, the coaching staff, and everybody is trying to remind them of all the time. Even I've talked to some of the seniors, and they're passing that down as well. So great to hear that consistency. And Amber, we've talked a lot about your time on the court as a Hilltopper, about your relationship with this team, and I want to ask about your professional endeavors outside, because you have had just a star-studded career off the floor as well. I mean, I look through some of the things that you've done in the sport management world: community relations with the White Sox, director of operations with the Chicago Red Stars, the Girls Academy that you're with now. You've been a baseball agent. You worked with the Olympics. I mean, what a career it's been. What are some of your favorite stops along the way?
Well, I think for me, as soon as I left college and stopped playing, I wanted to be, if I wasn't going to be on the field or on the court anymore, I wanted to be close to it. And so all of my professional jobs have been basically on or near the field with athletes. And I really gravitate towards that. I've been really fortunate. I always tell people that I have really good timing, luck and timing, which I think is part of it. But honestly, my time at the White Sox was the best. It really set the platform, the tone for my entire career of networking, and really just gave me a professional advantage, I think, of how a really large, fast-paced organization works. So that's really what started out everything for me, was that first job.
Well, personally, I'm actually a White Sox fan. I don't know if you knew that, but I've got a granddad who grew up on the South Side, so I was raised that way, and love to see that. So congratulations on that. But just want to ask now, I mean, you obviously, like I said, you're with the Girls Academy now. You've made your time in the greater Chicagoland to pay off in many ways. Where would you like to see your career go? Is this the last stop for you, or what aspirations do you have beyond where you are now?
Working in a female setting to provide a platform, because I have a daughter, I think that's super important. So for me, staying with the Girls Academy and just showing the pathway for these athletes, that they can not only be an athlete as they graduate college, but they can be a general manager, they can be a director of operations, they can be a coach, they can be a referee. I think those are really important qualities to show that it's out there for women. And I think for me, being in the Girls Academy right now really checks all those boxes. And I truly enjoy, every day of my job, which is the most important.
No doubt about that. That's awesome, and applaud you for doing that. And we certainly all in Hilltopper Nation wish you the absolute best as you continue in your career. We can't wait to see you around. If you can get a chance to bring the family down to Diddle, I know everybody would love to see you. And, of course, in the meantime, they'll see Amber Simons in the media guide. But Amber Klimek, again, one of the greatest to ever do it here, and really appreciate you stopping by and joining us today.
Thanks so much.